Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have week 6 of the BHDL2, and that is going to be against Pokemaster88. We've played him a couple of times here on the channel before, on Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, we will go ahead and get this battle on its way here in just a second. Alright, so looks like there he is. IGN is going to be Chris. So we'll take a look and see what he brought to battle. So he's got the Espeon. He's got the Ludicolo. He's got the Meowscarada. He's got the Sableye. He's got the Galarian Weezing, and he's got the Iron Treads. So, definitely a little bit surprised to see the Sableye, that's for sure. Kind of surprised, believe it or not, to not see the Politoed. I was actually kind of anticipating a rain strategy on his team, anticipating my Palafin. So that's kind of a little bit having to do with my prep here this week. So I think what we do here is we actually... no Chandelure actually is quite the surprise too. I think we just lead Hariyama. I think that's going to be our plan. We have a very basic plan going into this week, and we're just going to try to execute it and hope it works. So, yeah, we will see how that works out. So, yeah, as I had mentioned in the last video here, incredibly critical game for us here to try and right the ship going into the last few weeks of the season. So hopefully we can get something done here as he goes ahead and leads with the Espeon, as we lead with the Hariyama. So right out of the gate here, there's no reason to overthink this. We're just going to go straight for a fake out, get some chip damage on him, and then activate our guts. He stays in, we go fake out, get some nice chip damage on that thing, obviously the flinch, so he can't do anything, and we do get the Flame Orb to burn us, activating our guts ability, which is great. So we have a choice to make right here and now. Do we think this Espeon is going to be dual screen, or is he just going to go for a huge attack and try to take us out right away? That is the question. I think there's definitely a chance he could be dual screens since he led with it. However, I really don't want to bet my Hariyama on that, because if he goes for the Psychic, specifically if he's choice Spec, that will one-shot us despite our bulk investment, so I don't really want to take that chance. So I think we just switch to the Grimmsnarl. I think that's our best play here, so that's what we're going to do. Don't want to make any risky predictions early. So, going to come in with the Grimmsnarl here and see what he wants to do, as he is actually going to Baton Pass, interestingly enough. So, he's going to go ahead and pivot out here. And so, what is he going to go into is the question. He does get some momentum on us, which is unfortunate. He has a number of things he could bring in to face the Grimmsnarl. As Grimmsnarl, he is going to go ahead and bring in the Iron Treads, so that's not great. It is going to go ahead and pop a Booster Energy, interestingly enough. Quark Drive activated to increase its speed, so interesting situation. Now, we kind of have two ways we can play this. We could just try to set our screens up here, or we could switch out, try to save Grimmsnarl, and going to something else. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here. I kind of want to get the screens up. We don't have the best of switches to Iron Treads with this team. He could just Hazard Stack here, which would be a problem. But I think we just try to set some screens up here. I think that's our play. So we're going to go for a Reflect here. As we go for the Reflect, we are going to get the defense increase for our Pokemon for several turns here, as he does just go for a Stealth Rock at the entry hazard up on us, which is obviously not the best, but it's just something we're going to have to kind of deal with. I'm not 100% sure what all this thing can do to me besides that. I think now that we have Reflect up, we could easily switch out into the Hariyama again. I kind of want to do that, because I don't want him to get too happy with the hazard stacking here. So I think we are just going to switch to the Hariyama here. We do only have one screen up, unfortunately, but it is better than nothing. So he does have the Stealth Rock up on us, which is not great. So we are going to switch to the Hariyama here, take the Stealth Rock chip damage, as he is going to go for an Ice Spinner, interestingly enough. So that does absolutely nothing to us through the Reflect. So we do take some burn damage. So he's got Ice Spinner, so he's probably predicting to switch into the Kilowattrel there. So that's not bad now. The fighting move is really obvious here. He does have good switches. He does have Pokemon that's immune, obviously, so I feel like our best play here is probably just to go for a knockoff, because I can't imagine he stays in on this match, so we just go knockoff here. I think that's the play. Indeed, he does go for the switch, so he's going to have to bring something in on a max attack guts boosted knockoff. It is going to be the Wheezing, kind of as expected. We do go for the knockoff here. It is going to do a little bit of chip damage to this thing, not a lot, as it resists at X4. And we do get rid of that thing's Black Sludge, which is good. So that's definitely going to limit that thing's ability to heal itself. So, but based on that damage, well, it only resisted X2, I should say. But based on that damage, I think could be maximally physically defensive. But in any event, we unfortunately can't stay in on this matchup. So I think our best play, we have to bring something in against this thing. We don't really have a lot of great switches to this thing either, unfortunately, on this team. So I think we probably go into Kilowattrel. I think that's the play here, is probably just to go into Kilowattrel. Not exactly sure what he's going to want to do here. We could actually stay in and try to get an Iron Head off on this thing, which could take it out, but that's an awful risk if he goes for the Fairy attack. So I kind of want to just, I think our best play here is to go Kilowattrel, because Hariyama just looks way too important in this game to risk it, even though eventually we probably are going to have to. So we do bring the Kilowattrel in and take the Stealth Rock damage, as he does go for a Toxic Spike, so we could have got a big Iron Head off there, unfortunately, but now we let him set Toxic Spike up, which is going to be quite devastating, actually. So that's not great. Obviously the electric move is obvious here, so he could easily switch into the Iron Treads. He probably does switch to the Iron Treads here, more than likely, which would suck, but I feel like he does do that, predicting the electric move. Unfortunately, since we are choice specs, if we go for the electric move and he comes in with the Iron Treads, that's devastating, obviously. We could try to read the Iron Treads and go for something else, go for a Terra Blast or something. I don't feel like he stays in, so I think, what do we do here? Let's go for an Air Slash and see what he does. He does switch, so what does he switch in with? Probably the Iron Treads. Yeah, he does switch in with the Iron Treads. So Iron Treads comes in. Still at full health. We go for the Air Slash, so we do get some actually pretty great chip damage on the Iron Treads there. About a third, which is really nice. We know he has the Ice Spinner on deck. How many more turns of Reflect do we have? We still have 3 more turns of Reflect, so that's good. We probably don't stay in here, because we know the Ice Spinner is coming more than likely. I feel like we probably just switch to, he could, this is going to be a tough one, actually. We could stay in and try to get the flinch with and the problem is here, at this point, we really have to limit our switches because of the hazards that are up. So, you know what? I think we just go for another Air Slash because it looks like a 3-shot, a 3-hit KO. Maybe we get lucky and we get a flinch. Maybe he over-predicts. So, you know what? I think we do just go for the Air Slash here. So, he stays in, we go Air Slash, we knock this thing down to about a quarter HP, and we don't get the flinch. He goes for the Rock Slide. It's not enough, fortunately for us, through the Reflect. That Reflect saved us there, which is incredible. One more Air Slash will take this thing out if he stays in, so we just go for it. Here, obviously, we're choice specs, so we can't switch up moves. We could just straight switch, but I don't think there's a reason to do that. But yeah, the Reflect definitely saved us. But yeah, he's got Rock Slide. He stays in, we go Air Slash. It is enough to go ahead and get rid of that Iron Treads and knock him down to 5. So that's pretty big for us, actually, getting rid of the Iron Treads with the Kilowatts roll and knocking him down to 5. So that is actually pretty big for us. So we'll see what he wants to bring in response here. The only unfortunate thing is, as he comes in with the Espeon, he could very well outspeed us with the Espeon. I feel like, again, obviously we have a choice to make here. The unfortunately, because of the Stealth Rock, we really can't come in with the Kilowatts roll at all much anymore. We would have one more switch in with the Kilowatts roll on the Stealth Rock if we choose to switch here. We might actually outspeed the Espeon unless he's max speed investment, in which case I think he would outspeed us. So I'm kind of tempted just to stay in an Air Slash again. So you know what? I think we might actually just do that. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's stay in an Air Slash. He does outspeed and he goes Psyshock. That should definitely take us out, which it does. And that knocks us down to 5. So he might actually be Scarf. The fact that he outsped us with the Psyshock. So we lose Kilowatts roll there, which is unfortunate. And we go down to 5. But we know he has Psyshock on hand. So I think we definitely come in with the Grimmsnarl here. And this could be a big moment of truth for us because this could easily determine for us whether or not he's Scarf or not. So we come in, we take the Stealth Rock and the Poison, unfortunately. I think we just go ahead and get our screens up again. So we're gonna go. Yeah, because he probably switches. Not 100% sure into what. But I think he definitely does switch. We just go Light Screen here. I think that's the play. He does switch, so he could very well be Scarf on that Espeon. I'm kind of thinking he is. He does switch in with the Wheezing, which unfortunately we can't do much to this thing with Grimmsnarl, but we do go for the Light Screen, get that up, which is going to be great. And then we are going to take some poison damage. So I'm really tempted at this point to go ahead and get the other screen up. However, I don't really want to take big damage on the Grimmsnarl if he goes for the poison move. But predicting the switch, he could very easily just go get the second layer of Toxic Spikes up. How do we want to play this is the question. How do we want to play this? If we switch, we have to come in with the Poltegeist, I think. I didn't really want to do Poltegeist right now, but I think we probably have to do that, and actually taking a regular poison on the Poltegeist would be better than taking a badly poison. So I kind of think Poltegeist might be the play here. Now that we have the Reflect up. Yeah, I think we have to switch into the Poltegeist here, so that's what we're gonna do, and we'll take a regular poison on the Poltegeist. We do have the Light Screen up, which is good. So we come in with the Poltegeist, we take the rocks and the regular poison, which is obviously unfortunate. As he goes for a Sludge Bomb, so we made the right play. That does virtually nothing to us, which is nice. We do take some damage from the poison, and so now we might be actually in a decent spot here. So I think what we do here is we definitely Shell Smash. We 100% Shell Smash. That's our play here, so that's what we're going to do. He does switch the Wheezing out, kind of as expected, and he switches directly into the Sableye, so that's kind of fine. We go for the Shell Smash. So we get that off, which is going to go ahead and drop our defenses, obviously, and then give us a big attack, special attack, and speed increase. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and pop the white herb to put us back to normal. So we also are going to take some damage from the poison. So I have no idea what this Sableye has in store for us, quite honestly, but I think our best play here is to go ahead and pop our Terra. So we're going to Terrastalize into a Steel type, losing all of our prior weaknesses, and we're just going to go for a big Terra Blast Steel on this thing and hope for the best. I think that's really our best move here. So we're going to do it, and we're going to see how it goes. So we're going to try to give Poltegeist its time to shine here, as we go ahead and Terrastalize into a pure Steel type here with the Poltegeist. And we go ahead and he actually goes for an Encore, which is unfortunate. So he does Prankster Encore us, and that is going to Encore us into Shell Smash. So that is really unfortunate. So he did have a trick up his sleeve for us. So that is awful. That's the worst thing that could have happened just happened. So so we have to Shell Smash again. We've wasted our Terra, and we take more damage from poison. So that was a huge bust, unfortunately. We have no choice, obviously, but to switch out, and we switch. What do we switch in against this thing? Man, that sucks. It sucks that that thing had Encore, because that would have been that was our best shot to try and do something. So I guess we do have a lot of turns left with the light screen. I guess let's just switch to Hariyama. Let's just switch to Hariyama here. That was a huge bust, unfortunately, thanks to the Sableye. But we're gonna try and shake it off here as we come back in with the Hariyama. Take the Stealth Rock damage. What else is this thing gonna have in store here? He actually does switch. Obviously, he does. And he switches into Meowscarada, which is worst case scenario. So Meowscarada comes in. We are going to take some damage once again from Burn. And so I guess we just go for a Fake Out here. I guess there's no reason not to, so we're just going to Fake Out, see what he wants to do. He actually does switch. He could be going back into the Sableye, anticipating the Fake Out. He goes into the Wheezing instead. So he comes in with the Wheezing. We go for the Fake Out, does some solid chip damage with a crit, actually, and then we take some damage from the Burn. So I kind of want to switch once again. I kind of want to switch. How do we play this? How do we play this? I feel like we switch... But what do we switch in against this? Wheezing is just giving us a lot of trouble. I guess we switch the Poltegeist in. I mean, Poltegeist is not going to do too much for us anymore this game, unfortunately. I guess we just switch the Poltegeist in. That's really all we can do, because we obviously don't want to take a big shot on Hariyama. So we'll switch the Poltegeist in, and we take more Stealth Rock damage, as he does go for Sludge Bomb, so we do get a prediction right there, which is nice. And then we are going to take some more damage from the poison, so we're very limited as to what we can do with Poltegeist at this point, obviously. I feel like our best play here, we can try to get some big damage on something. He probably does switch here into something to take a Terra Blast Steel. Probably the Sableye in case we Shell Smash again. So I feel like he doesn't stay in here, so I think we probably just Shadow Ball. I think that's our best play, as he does switch. Maybe we can get some big damage on something with Poltegeist before it goes down, as he does indeed switch into the Sableye, as we go for a nice Shadow Ball here, which will get some hopefully nice damage. Actually 50% on the Sableye, which is great damage. And then we do get some HP back, or he gets some HP back with leftovers. So we take some damage from the poison. We have one turn left with the Poltegeist on the field. The light screen is over. Do we just let Poltegeist go down here? I feel like we probably just have to. There's really nothing else we can do. Except just let Poltegeist go down here, hopefully try to get a big shot off on the Sableye before we go down. So let's just click Shadow Ball again and see what happens. As he stays in, we go for the Shadow Ball. Can we get a high roll and take this thing out? Yes, we actually get a crit. We actually get a crit and take the Sableye out, knocking him down to 4. So that's pretty nice for us as Poltegeist goes down there. Knocking us down to 4 as well. So Poltegeist did not do what we had hoped it would do, but it did something at least. It got rid of the Sableye, which is nice. And with the Sableye gone, we can actually very easily, I mean, maybe not easily, but we could potentially try to set up with something else. So now the question becomes, what do we bring into this situation? I feel like it's got to be either Grimmsnarl or Hariyama. I feel like it has to be Grimmsnarl or Hariyama, but which one? He's got the Meowscarada, Galarian Weezing, Espeon, and Ludicolo remaining here. So I feel like we need to save Goodra for the Ludicolo. Kind of want to come in with Grimmsnarl, kind of want to come in with Hariyama, kind of don't have any time to decide. Let's go Hariyama. Let's go Hariyama here, as we'll see what he wants to do. We come in with the Hariyama, and he comes in with the Ludicolo. So Ludicolo is in. We take the Stealth Rock damage, obviously. And so, yeah, we can at least go for a Fake Out here. Now, this is his Terra Captain. So he could bust out a Terra that could really hurt us. He could just switch back into the Weezing. That's probably what he does here. We could try to be really risky and go for the Iron Head. We could go for it. We could do a lot of things here. I kind of don't want to take any risks, so we're just going to Fake Out. I don't want to risk anything right now. He does switch, so we should. I think we really need to start making that risk, as he does switch back in with the Weezing. So Weezing is in. We go for the Fake Out. It does do some chip damage, and then we take some burn damage. So unfortunately, Hariyama is getting whittled from the rocks and the burn. We still need Hariyama for sure. So I feel like we have to switch in with Goodra at this point. We don't want to take big damage on Goodra, but we don't really have a choice. So we have to switch Goodra in. We really have to get Hariyama out of there. And we have to try to save it. So unfortunately, a lot of our remaining Pokemon are weak to Fairy, so that's going to be a big concern. As we come in with the Goodra, we take the Stealth Rock damage, and we take a regular Poison as well, as he is going to go ahead and go for a Sludge Bomb. So that's going to do some chip damage to us. We are going to regain some HP with the leftovers, and then we are going to go ahead and take some Poison damage. So the Poison damage is chipping us away just a little bit more than what the leftovers is. So the question remains now, does he stay in with the Weezing and try to chip us further? I feel like either way our best play is probably just the Sludge Bomb here. Yeah, so I think our best play is the Sludge Bomb. So yeah, we just Sludge Bomb here, see what he wants to do. He does switch, so we're going to get a free Sludge Bomb on something, as he comes in with the Ludicolo, so that's actually very critical. He comes in with the Ludicolo, we get a max special attack Sludge Bomb on this thing with Goodra. How much does it do? Not enough to take it out, but does great chip damage, and we get the Poison too, which is incredible. So effectively putting the Ludicolo on a timer here, which is incredible, as Goodra gets some HP back with the leftovers. The Ludicolo is going to take some Poison damage, so it looks like he has maybe like 2 more turns in him with the Ludicolo, which is actually perfect for us. So now the question becomes, do we try to keep Goodra around? So this is a tough call. What do we do? Goodra could be good for the Espeon, but it does have Psy-Shock, which is a problem. So I feel like we have to leave Goodra in here. because there's nothing that we have that can really switch into this thing right now. Goodra is the only thing that we have that could have switched into this thing. So I guess we just Sludge Bomb again. I guess that's really our play. We could Scald. That's a possibility. Yeah, let's just Sludge Bomb again. See what he wants to do. He does stay in. He goes Ice Beam. We are max HP. We take it well enough. Go for the next Sludge Bomb. Take the Ludicolo out and knock him down to 3. So that's pretty incredible for us. Ludicolo's down. We get some more HP back with the leftovers on the Goodra. And then we are going to survive the next round of poison damage in the red this time. So we don't have too many more turns left with the Goodra, unfortunately. He does come in with the Meowscarada now. So Meowscarada is in. Unfortunately, I think we have to leave Goodra in here. We have no switch to Meowscarada right now. So we leave Goodra in and we just click Sludge Bomb again, I think. That's the play. I do think that's the play. Yeah, I think that's the play. So we click Sludge Bomb again, see what he wants to do. He goes for a U-turn. Protean gonna change him to a bug type. U-turn does take the Goodra out, knocking us down to 3. So Goodra did good, but it does go down here. The only good news about this is that he does get he does pivot out, which means that he's gonna have to show first. So that's gonna be definitely potentially big for us as he brings in the SP. So this thing's coming in. I think this is our opportunity. For sure, this is our opportunity, I think, to come in with... Well, we have one of two options, I think, at this point. We could either go Grimmsnarl or we could go Hariyama. I feel like we go Grimmsnarl. I think that's our play. I think Grimmsnarl is definitely our play right now. I think that's what makes most sense. So we're going to come in with the Grimmsnarl. We do take the Stealth Rock damage once again. I feel like he could switch back into the Wheezing here. I think we get Light Screen up now. I think that's going to be important. So we just go with Light Screen here. I think that's the play. He does switch. Unfortunately, we have nothing to do to this Wheezing with this Grimmsnarl. But we do go ahead and get the Light Screen up, which is very important. That's going to give us that special defense increase. We also take some damage from the poison. So we have a big decision to make now once again. We could try to attack the Wheezing and chip it down farther. I feel like Grimmsnarl might be best used at this point to just get Reflect up, though. I think that's probably Grimmsnarl's best use at this point. This is tough, but I think that's what we do. It's a really tough decision but we don't really have a switch to this Wheezing right now. So I think just going for the Reflect is going to be important, so we're going to do that. So we do get the Reflect up, which is nice. And now he is going to go for a Sludge Bomb, so that actually just barely doesn't take us out. We survive with 39 HP. We take more poison damage, dropping us to 14 HP. We're going to go down to Poison next turn. That's a given. I think here we just go Sucker Punch, try to get some last-minute chip on this thing. I think that's the play, so that's what we're going to do here. And hopefully he doesn't try to double switch us or something, because that would be obviously bad. But I think that's really all we can do here. And just try to hope for the best. See what he wants to do. We could have Spirit Broke, but he does stay in. We go Sucker Punch. Gives a little bit of chip damage on the Wheezing on the way out. He goes for the Sludge Bomb. Takes the Grimmsnarl out. Knocks us down to 2. The Grimmsnarl did what it had to do 100%. Did what it had to do there. So now I think the stage might be set as well as it possibly can be for the Ogre Pawn. So we come in with the Ogre Pawn. We take the Stealth Rock damage, a lot of it, and we get poisoned by the Toxic Spikes. So it's going to be a moment of truth. I don't think we do get the Mold Breaker. I don't think he switches here. I think he stays in, and I think anticipating us to try to set up, so I think we go Ivy Cudgel here. I think that's the play. Either way, we're going to have to try and take some attacks. So I think we go Ivy Cudgel definitely here. He does stay in. We go for the Ivy Cudgel. It takes the Wheezing out and knocks him down to 2. So that is definitely great news for us as the Wheezing goes down. We do take some poison damage. We're sitting at a little over half here with the Ogre Pond. So we have to hope that we can take an attack from whatever he comes in with here. With the screens up, we have a decent chance of doing so. So we have to see what he wants to come in with here. It's either obviously the Espeon or the Meowscarada. He's got 2 Pokemon left. He's got the Espeon and the Meowscarada, obviously. So it is going to be the Espeon. So he comes in with the Espeon. We obviously can't switch at this point. We know he's going to outspeed us because he outsped the Kilowattrel. So it's all going to come down to this. I feel like he's Scarf, which means we have to just go for a knockoff and try to take him out. So I think we do just do that. I think that's really our only play, so that's what we're going to do. We just go knockoff and try to take him out. See what he wants to do here. We should hopefully take an attack from this thing with both the screens up. We should take 1 attack from this thing. We are max HP investment as well on the Ogre Pond. We don't have a healing move, unfortunately, or any way to recover our HP, but it is what it is. We'll see what he wants to do. He actually goes ahead and busts out his Terra, which is interesting. So I almost forgot Espeon's actually one of his Terra captains. So what does he Terra into? He goes Terra Rock. He's got Terra Rock on the Espeon, so that is really unlucky. And he goes for a Power Gem. Can we take it? Can we take it? Come on, Ogre Pond. No. No, we can't take it. He gets a crit. He gets the crit. That's really unfortunate. I don't know if the crit mattered or not. But he gets the crit and knocks us down to 1, so that's really unfortunate. All we have left at this point is the Hariyama. All we have to do at this point is go for the Drain Punch. So that's what we're going to do. See what he wants to do. He stays in and goes for a Power Gem. Terra boosted. How much damage is it doing to us is the question. Not a lot, which is a good answer. We go for a Drain Punch, definitely taking the Espeon out from that range, which is something. And knocks him down to 1. We do get some HP back from that. The Espeon's down. And he goes down to just 1 Pokemon as we take some damage from the Flame Orb. Unfortunately, I don't see a way out for us because his last Pokemon is the Meowscarada. He comes in with that. Unfortunately, even though we have the screens up, the Flower Trick is a guaranteed crit, which will negate the fact that we have the screens up. So I think there's no way Hariyama takes this attack, even with the bulk investment that we have. So I think it's pretty much over for us at this point, unfortunately. All we can really do is just click Drain Punch. As he goes for the Flower Trick, obviously Protean going to activate to change him to the Grass type. Goes for the Flower Trick, gets the guaranteed crit, takes the Hariyama out. And that is game. So we are going to lose that one, 1-0 to Chris. But that was actually a very good match. Very close, very competitive. Definitely could have gone either way, I think. Right down to the wire. Just about as close as you can get. But unfortunately, it just didn't have enough to get it done once again here. So, with that, regrettably, the Pidgeys will fall to a 2-4 record here in the BHDL2. Honestly, quite the disappointing season for us this is shaping up to be. Honestly, obviously, this was the closest and best game we've had in a little bit, but it doesn't change the fact that we still, unfortunately, do lose. Don't know how much the crit mattered at the end of the game there. But regardless of that, yeah, it was just, we did everything we could, and it wasn't quite enough. But yeah, that just is what it is at this point. Obviously, we're in dire straits here when it comes to trying making playoffs. Our playoff hopes are all but gone at this point. but we'll keep going and see what happens. So, but yeah, that is pretty much it. Obviously, I'll reserve full thoughts on this for the weekly recap and preview video. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.